If I was struggling to get 50k a month in OFM, I wouldn't start with the fitness niche. I wouldn't start with Girl Next Door or mainstream models. What I would do is get the ladyboys, get the trans girls. I know that some of you guys might think that this is like a bad idea, or it's like sounds cringe, or it sounds gay. But the thing is, this is where the money is. Let me explain it to you why. So, first of all, we have to get to why most agencies struggle. So there is two type of markets, the red ocean and the blue ocean. Red ocean means that there is like a high competition, there is shorter retention, the people are like more price sensitive, which means basically the normal OFM girls are in the red ocean. There are like so many new OFM girls starting out, and also there are many AI models. So the competition there is huge, and everyone is like in the basic same niche who are like normal female models. But in a blue ocean, you have way less competition. Although in a blue ocean, the market might be smaller, you're able to get a way bigger chunk of money from this big market. So in red ocean, higher competition, higher CPMs, shorter retention, and also the guys might be more price sensitive. In a blue ocean, with the trans models, there is a lower competition, lower CPMs, the retention is way higher, and also I would say the subscribers are more loyal to the trans models. Don't believe me, believe the data. Both of these screenshots were from the 2025 Pornhub trends. And as you can see, transgender grew plus 58% last year. And also trans threesome, trans amateur, queer, bisexual, all of these grow. And the femboy niche is in the top 10 searches on Pornhub, which is like the biggest data that you can get about this whole market. You might think that this whole market is like super small because no one is like saying that they are attracted to like femboys or like trans models. But secretly, so many people are. As you can see, top gain in terms, cute fanboy, sexy fanboy, fanboy hentai, all of these are like growing niches, but it's still super untapped. So why most agencies ignore it? First of all, they don't understand it, because in like every single course, every single YouTube video, they are talking about the normal models, how you can get like quote unquote normal models, how you can get like a basic girl to do OF, how to market a basic OF girl. There is no real data about them. So first of all, they don't understand it, or they just don't know it. They don't know how to market one, because again, there is like no information about it. And another thing, they assume that it's a super small niche, because there are a couple agencies who are focusing on some, for example, BDSM niches, BBV niches, and they also treat it as such. But the thing is, there is like a way bigger market for the trans models than with like any other small niches. What that means is there is a smaller competition, there is a huge demand for this, which means you're going to get a higher revenue in your agency. Usually with the trans models, they're going to get a strong identity because you can easily brand them because they're already like a trans model. There is the strong community behind it, for example, on Reddit. And also the fans are more emotionally attached to trans creators because, as I mentioned before, there is a way smaller competition. Smaller competition translates to fewer models. Fewer models means that they can get more emotionally attached to a creator like this. And there is also another factor, which is they want to keep this as a secret. So there's like more of a thrill. Usually most guys want to keep this whole OF thing a secret. But the thing is with the trans, it's like a way bigger stigma around it. So there is like a bigger emotional attachment to these trans models, which means you're going to get a higher retention, higher LTV, which means you're going to get rich. Obviously it's not that easy, but you understand my point. Next two things that I want to talk about is the marketing of these models. I will release a full video later on how to market a trans model, but the biggest upside to these kind of creators or this niche is, for example, on Instagram, it's way easier to go viral with a creator like this because there is a bigger shock factor. especially when in the first couple of seconds, you cannot decide if the model is trans or not, but after that you're going to see the bulge, for example, or you can see the text, and which shows like the trans emoji, which would make it already interesting. Although many of the viewers might not be interested in the trans model, but it's still going to grow the account. You're going to get more views. More views means you're going to get a higher chance of landing your videos on the For You page of those who are interested in your model. The downside to Instagram for trans models is on average you're going to get way less followers on the IG account. So it's somewhat harder to build out like a full Instagram network with these type of creators, because again there is a stigma around being attracted to trans girls, so they're not going to be following you. And on Reddit, the biggest thing is that there are like more than a handful of subreddits, but in those there is a minimal competition, because again, way less agencies are using it, so there's going to be a minimal competition. And on Reddit, especially on this platform, competition really dictates your results, because there is like the top and hot section on Reddit. So if someone else is performing better than you, then you're kind of fucked. Another thing that I don't have on this Miro board is a lesson for this whole OFM and just in general internet money, is I also did not come up with this niche myself. I wasn't the one who just had this idea to be running trans models. I also saw it on the internet. When I was scrolling on IG, I saw one or two trans models who were performing really good. So what I did, I reverse engineered their whole marketing, and I also started running trans models. Again, inside this internet marketing niche, so many YouTubers are saying that you should do like a phone detox, you shouldn't be online that much. But in this case, you should be online as much as possible. You should be scrolling on IG 24/7, because that way you're going to get a better understanding of the market that you are in, and also what you can learn from other people. You don't have to do exactly this niche. You can also run some other smaller niches which can stay up print. For example, the granny niche. I just saw it like a couple of days ago. Like one of the like 80, 90-year-old grandma was doing also OF. I also heard this before, but now one of those like went like super viral, like 20, 30 million views. That's also like a good niche, and you can still make a lot of money out of it. But the thing is, most agencies ignore it. If you haven't done it already, make sure to check out my Telegram group, because in there a couple of days ago I shared a guide on how you can make an extra 2 to 20k a month. It's like super easy. You can hand it over to like 1 or 2 VAs to run it for you, and it's basically fucking passive income. That's about it. See you guys.